So as we can see, if we go on to here, it says, case against Judge Daphne, Magistrate, Defendants, Lunt, Ogden Police Department, Weber County Strike Force, directed by e-file, notice of removal and cover sheet. Sure. Removal from 2nd District. So that means all of them were addressed. It says order of proposed schedule. And that's going to be an 8/17/23, signed by Oberg. Mail returned, notice, filing entered, form by Brian Carter. So that means that I emailed the filing notification form. Everything received to 2nd District Court for a proposed order, notice of jury, waiver of trial fees, proposed order to waive for jury fees, order to waive jury fees, return strike force, notice of event due dates, admitted due dates, billing, removal, motion to continue, application for state subpoenas, and file submitted by plaintiff, obtained for 2nd District, application subpoena, unissued. Why was it unissued? 10/5/23. I submitted this on, whoa, kind of crazy, 10/4/23. Anyways, modification of the docket. So what we're trying to get at is here. Motion of default judgment revised. Notice of summons and complaint. Default certificate. Motion for default judgment. So 11/11, I filed for a motion of default judgment. Counter motion to response for default judgment. Because by let's see, there was no reply. There is no reply. 11/11, unsigned motion for default judgment for the judge to sign. Attachment, default certificate. Motion for default judgment, summons and complaint case number. Motion for default judgment revised. Notice of summons and complaint entered. And then she lodged the document when I responded to the default judgment because they did not answer in 21 days. And by Civil Rules of Procedure 12, you have 21 days to answer a reply. Clearly the judge is doing something shady. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Sneaky. Come on. Let's see what's going on here. So now we see, okay, it says, I filed the motion on 11/14th. Case Joseph Bean. That's so this was in Salt Lake. Yeah, they definitely got something mixed up. But anyways, I probably filed both of them. Would like the court to grant default judgment to due process due to the filing the wrong court and not answering. I would like my default judgment granted. No paperwork for the defendant is valid for his filed in the 2nd District Court instead of 3rd, being untimely filing. So my original complaint was on July 25th or the 23rd. And the complaint, their proposal signed was on 9/20/23. That's past 21 days. That's illegal. Frank Myanmar. And he also represented et al. Right there. Weber County, Correctional, Corporal Drugs, all that. Anyways, it also seems like they got the wrong case in here anyways. But we're going to go back to that. Because the case we're looking for today has to do with Judge Oberg. Now, as you can see, they're causing all types of problems. Trey is trying to lock me up. It's okay. I just signed in. You guys saw that. Oh, ain't that about a bitch? Look at that. Alright, well, we're back. So now they're painting cases in the wrong places. First of all, they're trying to misconstrue evidence. 11-3. Okay, let's just go to the third district. No, let's go here. That's one case. As you can see, documents lodged, counter motion, note attached, lodged for reference purposes only, no response required unless ordered by the court. So right here, she orders the plaintiff to submit summons form and proof of service and limiting other filings. Summons for unserved defendants are to submit to clerk's office for issuance. 12-1-23, proof of service must be filed 30 days from issuance. Any filings by state courts are to be lodged on the docket and will not be addressed by the court. Signed by Magistrate Judge Daphne. And this was 11-16. But I already did a summons. Here. 11-11. Judgment, summons and complaint. Notice of summons and complaint. Let's see. Weber County Assistant Summons and Complaint Service. It was already done. So she's obviously misconstruing evidence. So let's see what's else going on. 11-16, removed, has not answered, otherwise responded to complaint. Strike force has not answered, otherwise responded to complaint. Well, that means that you won by default, at least by the strike force. Defendant Weber County Strike Force is ordered to answer or otherwise respond to complaint within 14 days. Why do you give them 14 days? With civil rules of procedure says 21 days. If they were represented by the same lawyer, they already lost on 11-17. So the judge gives them 14 more days, even though I filed a default judgment showing that they had 21 days to file a complaint to respond, and they didn't. So she gives them 14 more days. It says remove on 11-16. August 16th. Notice removal. However, Weber County Force has not answered or otherwise responded to complaint. That's not my fault. The fact they didn't respond, they lost by default. Defendant Weber County Strike Force is ordered to answer or otherwise respond to the complaint within 14 days. Well, we served all of them. We saw that on the proof of service. They have the same lawyer, all of them. So they're really messing around with things. Alright, so we do it again, right? Notice of removal. Jury demand filed by Weber County Strike Force, Church Matthew. Alright, they're misconstruing evidence. Whatever. So, I did a summons. Summons issued electronically as the Weber County Strike Force. Instruction to counsel. Let's see what happens here. I remember I went to the Sheriff Department in Ogden on 12th Street, and the lady printed out the paper right when I got there and stamped it. I was just kind of like, whoa, did you even send it? So here it goes. Weber Task Force, Civil Action, stamped right there by Stephanie Parsi, and Clerk of Court, Gary P. Surter. Meaning this has been done. This is a summons. Correct? Wrong. Proof of service has not been filled. The police officer signature and date's not there. She never served these papers. On 11/27, that's the date I went there. She stamped it for 12/4. Meaning she hindered this. And probably all my other documents too. You know, to try to confuse people. That's clear right there that that's illegal. So we go down. All right, that's one, right? I had to do this all over again. Remember, I already won by default. Here's another one by the other person that I summoned. Show you how I won twice. Oh my God, there's her signature. Oh, again, not done. 0 fees. So it was started. It wasn't done. I paid for it. It was a service that should have been done by Ogden Sheriff Department. Now let's see the next one. Let's guess. Tyler Lunt. Of course, they try not to put his real name there. The court did that too. Oh my God. Again, they're the same address, same lawyer. Matter of fact, same damn office. How does it take you 7 days to not even serve your own papers? But, as you can see, order to show cause as unserved defendants. Mr. Carter's order to show cause why the claims against the unserved defendant should not be dismissed for failure to serve or failure to prosecute. You just seen it right there. The clerk held the paper. And the judge knew about it because she read it. She saw the paper. She saw the stamp. How are you going to stamp that it's done if officer didn't sign it or date it or send it? Because it was never sent. They all conspired together to make sure that they hinder obstruction of justice. The judge is corrupt. The clerk is corrupt. And so is the lawyer. Here's some more drug. Summons returned executed by Brian. Here we go. Answer due 12/26. 12/26. Correct, all right? Answer to complaint. Notice to removal on January 5th. That's 21 days from the 5th. They lost in default again. So, 21 days, says right there. Hold up. Judges permit only if parties voluntarily sign and return the form to consent form to the clerk's office between 21 days via email. And place attention, clerk. Please do not e-file the consent form in this case. So now she's trying to get me to do a e-file consent because she already lost. You see that? I've already did one way up there. So I filed a motion for default judgment. She says I can't do it because enter before the certificate. Fine. So we already know she's got herself caught. So she put some stuff on there that's not supposed to be there. She scratches it out. Some criminal stuff. We already know that they're hindering documents and they're putting stuff where it doesn't belong. Cases that don't belong there. So we go here. They modified the docket. Entry is stricken. Filed an incorrect case. Yeah, you filed it incorrectly. That was your fault, and you probably did it before too. So they lodged the documents consisting of summons and proof of service, motion for default judgment, default certificate unsigned. Why would you lodge the document if that's what you need here? No response required unless specifically ordered by the court. Because I told her what she did wrong, and when she did that, she lodged the document so that it couldn't be used. Judge Daphne A Oberg, corrupt. Matthew D. Church, lawyer, corrupt. The clerk and clerks, corrupt. Sheriff Department, summoning department, corrupt. Because of these errors, You could tell that there was corruption in my whole entire case. And honestly, I won by default twice. So, tell me, why aren't we prosecuting this judge with a judicial recusal? Or allowing her to prosecute herself? I don't think she's going to do that. She's plainly caught. And we even know she's caught because she even says and admits that the lawyer got the paperwork, but somewhere on here she changed it. Let's see. Requiring plaintiff to submit summons form and proof of service, limiting other filings. Summons are to be submitted office. Proof of service must be filed 30 days. Any filing state courts are lodged. None of these are state court forms. Weber County, it says, defendant Weber Strike Force removed this case on 8/16. Notice removed. However, Weber County is not answered or otherwise suspended. I won by default. They responded late. What the fuck? Here's the default paperwork right here. Let's see. Why would you lodge this? It's not a court paper. Let's see. She's correct. Did everything right. United States District Court of Utah, Northern Division. Order requiring plaintiff to submit summons forms and proof of service and limiting other filings. She did this. She wrote this. Northern Division and all that. That has nothing to do with me. It says plaintiff proceeding, file this case second district court. Who cares? Remove the case from state court. Who cares? It's notice removal. Acknowledges it's been served. Weber Strike Force acknowledges it has been served. Okay. However, no summons form or proof of service has been filed for either of the two defendants. And we see that because the clerk never gave it to them. But how in the hell did Weber County Strike Force get served if you saw that their paperwork, there was no proof of service either? So the judge just lied right there. Falsified documents. Because none of them had proof of service. See, she made up evidence in order to not pay out this default judgment. She was working with these people. Saying that civil summons A0440. Well, that was an A0440. It sure is. Let's see. 24. Let's go to one of them. Let's see if it's A0440. Let's see how she lied again. This is how you know that she falsified evidence. Right there on top in the corner. A0440, summons and civil action. A0440, summons and civil action. Not done. Completed by the clerk. And she got this done in several days, where I had to send her evidence where she didn't even post it on here. Where is it? Enter 1127. Okay. Return. It was 12/4 because I was there on the 4th. Pretty sure the paper would say that. Let's see. Falsifying documents for these people. Took them 7 days to serve themselves. Come on. The 4th day of January. Says it right there, people. Why would she put the 5th? Falsifying January 4th, clerk, U.S. District Court. You put the 5th. And then you lied and said now that it was served by Trudy Simpson. But we showed the paperwork that was not true. She added this afterwards. They falsified evidence. Let's see. 11/27. Oh, now it says 12/4. 12/5. Let's go this one. I did all of them at the same day. Come on. Why would I go the next day? I'm telling you, they got a hacker. They're playing games. Oh, that says 4th. That's falsified evidence right there. Get the bullcrap, people. 12/5. Served on 12/5. They lied. No officer served that. They're trying to cover up for what they did. And they're making all type of mistakes. Changing documents. Taking things in and out. First, remember it said Northern District? Now it says Central Division right there. This is the judge doing this. Misconstruing evidence. See right here? Central District Division. The other one said Northern. So she's not filing them in the right court on purpose. That's how you know the judge was involved. Truthfulness. So, yeah. Let's get these guys out of here, you guys. This is corruption at its finest. In my default judgment. And this judge, Daphne A Oberg from 3rd District Court, Federal Court, Salt Lake, Utah. Gone. And her clerks. This is a federal judge. They really need to be investigated. But yeah, there you go.